Hi, my name is Scott Burns, the original speaking voice of Bowser in Super Mario Sunshine.
Scott Burns! How dare you disturb my podcast introduction?
Excuse me, King of the Koopas. I was just about to say, you are watching the Chatting with Brookecosplaygirl, and
I think we need to sit and talk a while.
well, that's exactly what I'm hoping to do, Bowser. And oh, somebody brought a cheese platter.
Now, boys, don't touch that stuff.
Toadsworth, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm most concerned with the well-being of Princess Peach in this dreadful heat.
It's not even 70 degrees in here.
Now, gentlemen, can we just move along
What
here?
do you know about heat?
I'll show you heat.
Now, Bowser!
Tally-ho!
Where was I?
Oh, dear.
Okay, Brooke, I'm going to let you take it away from here.
Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Chatting with Brookecosplaygirl. Settle down, Bowser. Toadsworth. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Hi.
I can barely hear you, but that's probably on my end.
Hello.
Let me see if that works.
Hello.
Say-
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you
Okay.
see me now?
Yes, I can see you. Hello.
I don't have a tiara, though. Darn it. Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you. Do you like my Peach cosplay?
Do I ever? Do I ever? That is awesome. Yes, you look lovely. This is great. I have guests too.
Oh, cool. I have.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have puppets.
Mhm.
Well, wait a sec. Not to top you, but I have.
Oh, that's cool.
How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Oh, that's so cool.
He's not cheap either. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
And I have my other Nintendo plushies. I got Yoshi in the back too.
Right on. Good. Oh, you've got the whole gang.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Now, boys, don't touch that stuff.
Oh yes.
That's all I've got. I don't have any more Toadsworth.
Oh yes.
Glasses. Does this look better with glasses or without?
It doesn't matter to me.
All right, good. It's easier to see you, and I would much rather enjoy that than try to have you blur.
Okay.
So are we doing this? Is this rocking and rolling already?
Yes, Scott. Welcome
Okay.
to Chatting with Brookecosplaygirl.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Yes, I just want to say that you were my childhood.
Thank you. That's because you still look like a child. So that's what that's what kind of makes me feel better that it wasn't all that long ago. But
I'm 24 years old, so
okay. Well, yeah. We grew up together then, practically.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was born 2001, so
Oh, good.
I grew up with the GameCube.
Good. Well, you're the one that they told me. They said when they first showed me Bowser when I was auditioning for him,
Mm-hmm.
they had a picture of him, and I wasn't that familiar with Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, that's okay. He usually comes in at the end of the game and ruins life for Mario. But they said, now he's a monster, but we don't want him mean because kids are going to play him. And there you are. You're one of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So to get the voice of Bowser, because I'm the first ever English speaking voice of Bowser.
Yes.
And I thought, well, who are children not afraid of? And I thought, well, Santa Claus is nice. So
Mm-hmm.
I just put a growl on Santa Claus, and so it came out as
Mario, how dare you disturb my family vacation?
so that's that and scene. Yeah.
Ah,
So that's how I got the voice for Bowser, and they liked it and said, okay, yeah, let's go with that. So here we are.
oh, that's so cool, Scott.
Do you do any voice work or any acting of yourself?
Well, I am currently in art and animation school right now.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
That's perfect. And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I graduated in 2024 from Houston Community College with my degree in digital gaming and simulation.
Sweet. So what's beautiful about that? Do you have aspirations to do voice work as well?
I never acted before in my life, so I feel like it's a little too late for that.
No. Look how young you are at 24. You're on the threshold. What I'm feeling though is that since you're an animator and art, what the character should sound like, or
Yes.
how or if you're voicing that person, you would know how the character looks and everything like that. I think that's an extreme advantage to have artistic that kind of background in that field. So I think it would just become as a breeze to you, because a lot of times when you're voice acting, the people, it needs to kind of go fast, right? Because you're going to have to pay the animators a lot more money to cover all that talking and stuff. So it needs to move briskly, but also still have the great performance in there. So I think that's fantastic.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, my first question is, how did you get into acting, voice acting?
Well, okay, so voice acting, I was always used to, make voices to myself when I was growing up and stuff, but I got into radio. Radio broadcasting, specifically to do morning radio, because I grew up in Eastern Washington State, and Spokane. Where's home for you, by the way?
What'd she say?
I said, where is home for you? Are you?
I am from Louisiana, but
Okay.
I currently live, but I currently live in Houston, Texas.
Okay, so you still listen to radio, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back in the day, there was a disc jockey out of Spokane, or he's a morning guy, and he used to have characters come in on his show and interrupt him and do all this other stuff. I didn't realize that was him that was doing the voices. He would put them on tape sometimes, and so he could interact with them. But I was just I became enamored with that, wanting to do that. So that's how I got into radio. Was by wanting to be a morning guy who had voices. But I was had the weird ability to imitate, cartoon characters and things like that. And I used to, we had a little tape recorder, and I would just, play talking into that kind of thing, and would always wanted to be able to do Fred Flintstone of the Flintstones. I didn't have the voice for that, but I had more of a voice for Barney Rubble. Hey, Fred. So I started developing characters for my radio show, and then when I moved to Seattle, I'd incorporated all these and made little bits out of them, on audio productions and things like that. And then when I lost my job, my first ever losing a job in radio, which happens a lot, and it was sad, because I felt I'd kind of reached the pinnacle. But I'd heard of a guy named Pat Fraley. Now, Pat had lived in Seattle, and he worked for an ad agency, but he also did some voice work for KJR's promotion called Stewart Street Mysteries, where they would have like a 50s detective series. You would listen, and Pat did all the voices along with John Aylward, another actor. And then they would come to a point where the disc jockey would interrupt, okay, who do you think did it? And then the callers would call in and say, I think it was the butler, or something like that. But I thought that was the most ingenious form of a radio promotion for a contest. And then when I discovered it was Pat Fraley, and he had done work for KJR, so I said, when they were letting me go, the general manager, and this doesn't usually happen in radio, but the general manager kind of felt bad, because I just had been hired just a month before. So he said, what can we do for you? I want to help, and he was thinking, well, what other radio stations can I, introduce you to, and things like that. But I said, I want to meet Pat Fraley. And he kind of looked at me, and that's, okay, well, yabbity, yabbity, yabbity. And this was before the internet or anything like that. So, but he said, okay, well, he placed a phone call on my behalf, and Pat was now living in Los Angeles, working with Hanna-Barbera. And
Yes.
yeah. So I was like, I want to do that. I'm done with radio, So the general manager arranged that I had to drive down. This is before Zoom, but I did Zoom down there and got to meet Pat. So Pat, wonderful man, had just purchased was renting a new apartment with his Visa card. So he said, well, let me show you my studio. And I'm going, you've got a studio? So he took me to his bedroom, and this is the first time I'd ever seen a home studio in a closet. He opened the closet door, and there was his shirts and pants hanging up. And I thought, well, this is strange. But then he pulled them aside, and here's a microphone stand and a cassette recorder. And he said, this is how I do auditions. And I didn't really even know what an audition was.
Mhm.
Mind you, I've done radio, I've done commercials in the radio job because that was part of the job a lot of times, but I never had seen this before or made the realization that you could make a living. I mean, you could do voice work outside of a radio station. I
Mhm.
knew it existed, but it never kind of crystallized for me. So
Mhm.
Pat showed me this is what I should do: get an agent and start working. And my comment was, "Well, I want to live with you, Pat. This is fun. I can sleep in this spare bedroom." But anyway, so I went back to Seattle and started searching for an agent and found an agent, and she was a more of a theater agent at the time and wasn't specifically involved with voiceover until I started meeting some other people, and they said, "No, you need to go over to this agent." And I did. And her assistant is the one who actually found a cassette tape. Do you know what those are? With all of my character voices and bits that I'd done on the radio. And she called me and said, "Scott, I just discovered this cassette tape in a box, and this is what you should be doing." And I said, "You can do that? You can focus?" And she said, "Yeah." So she kind of took me under her wing and started getting me work. I mean, she gave me auditions. In those days, you didn't have a home studio, except for Pat, or I didn't anyway. You would go into a studio and audition and stuff. Anyway, that's where the voiceover career started in like 1982 and 1983, way before you were around, I know.
Yes.
But that's and then the internet came about, and then video games came about. So it's just kind of evolved from that. So that's my long-winded story on how I got into the biz.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm glad. I think so too, because when I look around today and think, man, if I were just trying to get into voiceover, it would be kind of a challenge. Now today, though, you have coaching, you have all of these platforms that and audition opportunities like Casting Call Club and all of these others to work your craft and get noticed, and the pay to play sites like the online casting sites are there. So it's a playground. It's a wild world of opportunity. You're also competing globally. But even then, back in the day when I was doing, I was competing regionally with area actors and radio people and stuff like that too. So really, your biggest competitor is yourself. So just to get better and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. That's so cool. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
my second question is, how did you hear about Nintendo when you got Bowser?
Well, I'd heard of Nintendo before, and this is the beautiful thing too about living in Seattle is that Nintendo USA was based in Seattle.
Mhm.
So that was the little edge I had, because anymore, I mean, they would cast directly from the local pool of talent. The same for like Monolith, Bungie, which became Sierra, or Sierra became Bungie or something. There was a lot of these game developers
Mhm.
in Seattle. And at the time, you could go into their offices and audition, or you could go to a local studio. Sometimes, more often, they would do that. They would just hire, to have casting, cattle calls. And no cattle got the gig, as far as I know. But anyway, that's how Nintendo kind of found me, or we've found each other. So, well, let me give credit to a word of mouth, or making knowing people. So maybe I might or might not have been even asked to audition for it, because they went through the studio called Bad Animals, which was Ann and Nancy Wilson's heart. They teamed up with Steve Lost anyway. So Bad Animals Studio was in Seattle, and that's where they did it. The studio manager of Bad Animals is Wendy Wills. And Wendy had known me for, because I had done other work, and she's a wonderful person. And she specifically called my agent to say, "Can Scott come in and audition for this?" So I don't think it was open to everybody. She had a handful of people that she liked and knew, and who did voices and things like that. And so I was specifically invited in to the audition. So I was very fortunate in that matter that Wendy Wills exists on this planet today.
Mhm. That's cool. So, like, what was your first impression when you saw Bowser?
When I saw well, let me see if I have I think I've collected some things here. I hope I have it here. I might have put it in a vault someplace. Hold on one moment here. Help yourself to the cheese platter. No, I don't have it here. It was just a piece of paper and kind of a like a little printout of Bowser. You know, he wasn't fully fleshed out, but it was like, okay, he's a turtle, and that's, you know, he has a turtle shell, and he's got spikes and stuff like that. So that was my first impression of seeing him, and you know, I was familiar with Donkey Kong and Mario and Luigi and all those, but I'd never seen Bowser before. So it was just a matter of, I was glad to have him, because I might have played him a little bit more mean if they said he was a monster, but I thought he was adorable. When I went home, my son was 12 at the time.
Aww.
And I took the paper with me, and I said, "Hey, Austin, look who I auditioned for today," and and his eyes were like, he knew Bowser. He was very well aware. He goes,
I bet he was saying, my dad is voicing Bowser.
He was like, he goes, "Dad, you're Bowser?" I mean, and he goes, "Is that a good thing?" And he goes, "Dad, that's that's huge." So I was kind of like an astronaut and a cowboy and a fireman all rolled into one. So that was the shining moment for me. You want your kids to like you, but anyway, that was quite the thing. So it was extremely joyful. Do you want me to share the business side of voice acting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because and I don't want this to end our chat together today, but so they had me do a couple, other sessions, and it was always fun. And I got to even do some ADR work where I watched the video of Bowser accepting the award for some tennis game or whatever, and got a
I remember that
where he's raising the trophy and all that other stuff. So anyway, that was great. And then one day, so in the voice acting community, and then it was pretty common that people had joined the union. There was the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, AFTRA, and then there was the Screen Actors Guild, which was SAG. And they were two separate things, even though they had similar things or jobs. And the rate structure was different and all that. There had been rumor that they were going to merge at some point, and that's a whole other story. But at the time, they were separate. When I auditioned for it, I knew, if you weren't a member of there was a thing, kind of a stigma of being a non-union member. If you do work, you're a scab. So, but at the time too, there was in Washington State, it's a right to work state, so they have a financial core, which is they call it FI-CORE. It means that you can be a dues-paying non-member. You can work union work and non-union work, but you can't vote in any of the elections. Oh, darn it. I won't be able to determine who wins treasurer of AFTRA. But anyway, it did mean that I could work non-union. So I'd done that, but now I got an official letter from SAG, Duncan Crabtree, the vice, whatever he was, or he might have been the guy. And the letter, apparently, it was something like, "It's come to our attention that you have provided work for Nintendo USA, a non-signatory to the union, and if you continue to do so, you have these options. We can strip you of your membership, or you'll pay fines, take your firstborn," that kind. It wasn't threatening, but it was very, okay, wow. And I thought, well, no, I like doing Bowser. I don't want to stop, but I also had ambitions and thoughts of maybe moving to Los Angeles and working down there, like Pat Fraley, and working for Hanna-Barbera, and LA is a huge union town. And if I lost my SAG membership, well, that would really hinder opportunities. So I reluctantly had to bow out of doing Bowser. And Wendy Will said, well, that made them very unhappy. And I wasn't happy about it either, but I just had to make a kind of a career choice of, to step away from it. So they found another Bowser, Kenny James, who's been doing him ever since. Now he doesn't do speaking. He doesn't do any talking stuff. It's all the growls, and he's great at it. And he's throttled his voice doing it
I like his Bowser too. Yeah.
And So I actually had lunch with Kenny years ago. And
Aw.
yeah, and he said, you know, when he was doing Mauser or something like that, it was so bad he was tasting like copper in his throat. Well, that's blood. You know, he was working up some blood, so for his craft. But anyway, so I haven't done. I have, you know, they have repurposed all of those tracks that I did. So I'm on other games. I'm still you'll still hear, and sometimes Kenny and I are both, you know, we're credited as Bowser, so it's kind of crazy. So I still live on, and that's probably why I don't get any you know, royalties or anything from that, because they're non-union, so I don't have any of that. But and I don't think other voice actors do either, for royalties or anything. But fortunately, I'm able to go to these conventions now, and sign and meet people and meet fans, and it's so cool. And that I get that you're my childhood. So, and it's wonderful, and I want to do more. So let me know if you know of any. Call me.
Well, maybe you can work for me one day.
Yeah. Yes. I hope so. That would. Now you're in.
Yeah, I hope so too.
You're in Texas now.
Yes, Houston.
Oh, in Houston. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure there's a con that comes through there, right?
Yeah, there is one happening next year called the Nostalgia Con Houston. Have you heard of that one?
I have, yes. And NostalgiaCon would be great for Bowser.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me know. I'll keep you posted if I hear.
Okay.
That'll be fun. Yeah, we'll go dancing.
Yes.
Any other questions? Yeah, question number 4, I think. Man, I've been yammering away here. I'm sorry.
Yes. So question number 4 is what was the very first Mario game you voiced Bowser in?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What was the very first Mario game you voiced Bowser in?
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what opened up the doors. So I was also, like I say, Toadsworth.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, don't touch that stuff.
And also, the Piantas, the judge, and the prosecutor.
Yeah.
So, you know, once they, and this happens in voice work for games anyway, and especially with the union rules, they can get you for 3 voices for the same price. So it's good to have a little repertoire and stuff. For the Piantas, I didn't know what a Pianta would sound like. They didn't either. So I borrowed, I couldn't go with Santa Claus, but there was another character. He was a character actor in the 40s and 50s and 60s, I think. He did a lot of Westerns. His name was Andy Devine. And if you've ever seen old Flipper episodes, are you familiar with Flipper? Everyone knows.
I heard of it.
Look on there's a Nostalgia TV channel, I'm sure that it's playing on, but I was a huge Flipper fan. But Andy Devine played an old geezer guy. He played an old geezer guy in a lot of them, but his voice was like this. Now, bud, you go get this gift and I'll get Flipper. He always talked like this. He was a big, heavy-set man, so he kind of had a heavy breathing. Well, the Piantas kind of had that. They had a little bit of girth to them, so I just did that. It's come to our attention that Mario has been defacing Isle Delfino. So that was the prosecutor, and then for the judge, they sped up the voice. They sped it up a little bit, so it had the same characteristics. You know, court is now in order. I mean, it was just a sped up version of the first Pianta. So I would think, in addition to Bowser, I think and voicing, well, Toadsworth was fun. He didn't have a whole lot of lines, but the Pianta judge and prosecutor, they had a nice part in there. So those were my top faves.
That's cool. Yeah, because
you have to go back and look at it to see what I mean.
Yeah, because I do like Mario Sunshine, but I really didn't like some of the levels because some of the levels were difficult.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, that you had to play the game, and I'm not sure of how many people get to that level where they're. I think you get to a level and then you get these little scenarios, different acting scenes like that. I think I think you need a. Let me see. What do I need? I have a pretend shine here, but I can't find it now. It fell on the floor.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't even intended for them. Where did it go? I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. So that's my answer to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, like, it was also kind of weird in Mario Sunshine that Bowser Jr. had like speaking voices. That was
Yeah, I know, and Bowser Jr. was voiced by a female. Okay, Dolores Rogers, just a delightful person as well, and she's currently working for Nintendo. She works in their legal department or something.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. I did not know that.
yeah. I think I've asked her. I said, "Would you want to, hop on board the convention circuit?" And she was kind of afraid to because she didn't know if that would be a what's the word I'm looking for? Something of differences, a conflict. I'm sorry, a conflict of interest. And it's like, well, I'm able to do it, but I guess I'm not working for Nintendo, so I don't know. Anyway, so she remains unseen at this moment.
So like when you were recording Mario Sunshine, were you recording with the other Mario voice actors all together or no?
No, and that's common for a lot of voice acting jobs too. No, you're alone in the studio, and your script is a spreadsheet, or just they just have the lines out there, and then the directors will tell you, okay, in this scene, Bowser's falling from the sky or something like that. So I know I get a lot of questions from people, asking me, so when this happened and da da da, how were you da 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 da? It's like I don't know where I was in the scene. It was just they harvest your voice and plunk it in where they need it. So I know it's not as romantic. Now some games you see on YouTube, where they're like Disney and Pixar and stuff, where they are all in the room together acting, but it's just more convenient for them to get all the one actor's voice in the same place. Now there are cases though, when there are a group that you can't have your voice overlap onto the other actor, so you have to wait for that actor. It's nice to be able to interact and go, oh wait, hold on a minute, but you have to wait until they're done like a half second before you can start talking, because it will get picked up on the track. So that's an art form.
Okay, so did you ever meet any of the Mario voice actors?
I have, and the one and only Charles Martinet. Charles. So Charles was living in San Francisco at the time when we were recording, and they would fly him in to Seattle. Yeah, I felt like I'm going to travel over to Pullman, Washington, or something, so I can be flown in. But anyway, so Charles and. So after I was wrapped up with my recording segment, he was standing in the back room of the control room against the back wall, smiling, looking like Charles. If you've seen Charles now, that was Charles then. He's always smiling, and it was just a joy. And his comment that stuck with me was, he goes, I do all the voices if I could. I love doing them so much. And he would do great at it, but they had to separate it up a little bit. But and then I got to see him again in Knoxville, Tennessee, here at the beginning of this year, and that was a joy because they had our tables next to each other.
Okay, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. So, and he was just fun. I asked, I said, hey, can we get a selfie? And so. This is Charles. So we're taking. He goes, no. Let's do this. So first we meet, but it's Bowser and Mario, and so they're fighting, and so we did a fake thing where we're choking each other and stuff. But then they make friends or something like that, and we're all happy and stuff like that. So he scripted the whole photo session out, which was just fun, and I like to do more shows like that with Charles. That would be incredible. So I have got to meet him, and then of course I know Dolores, And I don't know how many other voices there were in the Sunshine Mario series, because they kind of had me.
You ever meet Jen Taylor?
Oh, I know Jen. Yes, yes. I've known her from, yeah, again, another Seattleite and another delightful person. And she used to do taco time commercials. There's a regional chain of Mexican food restaurant, and they're wonderful. Everything's fresh. But she was the voice of a lot of taco time commercials and other things too. I don't know why the taco time sticks in my mind, but yeah. So she's awesome. Yeah, she was Peach. She was Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next question is what was it like working on one of my favorite Mario games, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door?
Okay, so here, yeah, Paper Mario, there was no animated Mario. Those were just like paper cutouts, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, and there weren't a lot of lines from what I remember. I mean, there were, but there wasn't. It's been a while, and I'm trying to remember. The sessions kind of blurred together because it's always the same. You go into the studio, you have a sheet of paper and two guys. I gotta say that I wish I could remember their names. I did have a business card of one, but they were just the most genuine, nice humans ever with just their laptops, and that was it. It wasn't a big fancy schmancy kind of thing. But Paper Mario, I don't recall the exact session, but every one that I did for him was wonderful. So I guess I'd put that into the wonderful category.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So, cause did you know that a lot of people love The Thousand Year Door? Cause like people say that it's one of the best GameCube games.
I know, and then it's been repurposed, right, for GameCube.
Yeah.
So
for Switch. For Switch, and I played it and I loved it because like when they announced The Thousand Year Door was going to Switch, I was like screaming because I was so excited.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, and here's another thing too. At the time, I'm not a gamer. My son is or was. He's grown now, but I didn't have a lot. I didn't have GameCube or any of that stuff, so I really couldn't see what I did. And it has only been until recently that people do all the playthroughs on YouTube that I can go back and go, oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, that was fun. Were you aware too that I was in a lot of the humongous entertainment games like Fatty Bear and Putt Putt Joins the Parade?
I never heard of those things before.
But yeah, okay. Another great series. They had Spy Fox. You were probably just locked into Nintendo, but I was Fatty Bear was actually the first game I did for Humongous, and it was a little stuffed bear that made a birthday cake for Kayla. Yeah, so it was. Oh, Kayla's going to be so excited. So kind of a weird voice to do for a character, but that's what they went with. But then the Putt Putt, the Fatty Bear, the Spy Fox, Banana, all of those were really fun to do because I got to do a lot of different voices of cars and trucks and things like that. So look it up. You'll get hooked. I guarantee.
I will. So what's it called again?
It's Humongous Entertainment. Is the parent company, and they produced Putt Putt, the Putt Putt. He's a little car, and now I'm going up on him. Spy Fox, who was a fox, and he was also a spy. I'm trying to think of the other ones now. I'm so sorry. My brain is freezing on me like that. I think I can look it up. Pajama Sam. Pajama Sam, and the voice of Pajama Sam was Nancy Cartwright, who voices Bart Simpson.
Icon.
Yeah. So, and I didn't realize that until later. Yeah, that would have been fun to work with her in the studio, but we're in a sense, I got to work with her because we're on the same game.
Yeah, because I was at a con last month in September called Houston's Gonna Be Comic Con, and I finally met Frank Welker. You know who that is?
Oh yes. I don't know him, but I know the name. Yes.
He's an icon too. He's been voicing. He's been in Scooby Doo since forever.
Oh yeah, he's synonymous with awesome.
Yes.
When you go to meet, I mean, do you have some things that you bring to have them sign, or do you just?
Well, when me and Frank took our photo together, I allowed him to hold my Scooby-Doo plush in the photo.
Nice, good. You allowed him. That's awesome.
And
Good.
yeah. And I also got to talk to Michael Bell a little bit. Do you know who that is?
Michael Bell?
Yeah.
You know, that name is very, very familiar. What's his?
He was in Transformers and G.I. Joe, I think.
Okay.
He was in Rugrats too.
Again, I don't, I wasn't playing the game, so but my son was. He was a big Pikachu fan.
Oh, cool. Yes, Pokemon. So
we funded a major part of the Pikachu cards.
Oh, cool. Yes, I still love Pikachu till this day.
Yeah. And the little purple dinosaur. Oh, who flies?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who that is now too. I'm sorry. I should have done my homework before we jumped on here. I didn't know we'd drift from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. So did your son did your son grow up with a GameCube too?
Yes, he did. Yes, he had all the devices. I mean,
cool. So did I. I had the GameCube. I had the Game Boy. I have a DS too, and
okay,
and the Wii.
Yeah, ours are they worth money? Are the originals worth money now? I don't know if he'd ever still part with them, but they're probably in a tub someplace. A storage tub. Mm-hmm. He's all grown up now.
So you don't mind me asking, how many kids do you have?
We have two, and they're still kids. They are still kids, even though they are technically they're grown adults. But
yeah. If that's what my parents call me, I'm 24, but they still call me a kid. So
yeah. My daughter lives in Olympia, and she's very involved with dogs, and has had her own dog daycare sitting and does dog walking, and now she works for an organization that helps pair people who low income or whatever to foster dogs, and to it's great company. My son went into athletic training, the medical side of athletic training, and he is now with the Cirque du Soleil shows in Las Vegas, and they're medical personal trainer for the O show. So extremely proud of them, and we can thank their growing up playing games.
That's cool.
Analytics.
Yeah, because I also love that you live in Vegas now, because I've been going to Vegas for a while now. But
have you?
Yes.
I love it here. I grew up in the North Pacific Northwest, primarily, Washington State, and loved that, but and never thought the desert would be, I like trees and all that, but it's fascinating. And the history down here, and what's nice down here too, we can travel. My wife and I by car, so we don't have to book an airplane flight to go to interesting places. And there's old mining camps, mining towns, and then there's Los Angeles, of course, and then there's Utah with all the mountains there and stuff. So, but Vegas it's a novelty town. I mean, if you want to go see Donny Osmond, you just pick a night and go. Or it's the entertainment capital of the world, and it's just a joy to be here.
That's cool. That's so cool. Yeah, because we are planning to go to Vegas next year for New Year's.
Well, you'll have to let me know where you are, and we'll have lunch.
Are you being serious?
I'm serious. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay. Good. That's cool. Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. No, or breakfast is even better sometimes because it's cheaper. and people are, it's hard to get a schedule going in Vegas because everybody's doing stuff. So I found that when people come to visit my friends and I say, let's do breakfast, because I know, you're going to be fueling up for the rest of your day. And it's and the traffic's better, so anyway.
Because my older sister, she would love to meet you, because cause she also grew up with Nintendo. Also, me and her did. So she was well to me. So.
Did you play? Did you play together?
Yes,
play
yes, we did.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing too. Now I try to play with my son, and he had some army games, and there was one where it would record your actions, you know, what you're doing, but all you could do when you're playing the game is just see the little bubble of where you are, and I'm like, I have my little gun, and on the video, on the replay of it, you could just see him walking up behind me and basically tapping me on the shoulder, and then, you know, kaplow. So I was never really adept at mastering the fine art of playing the games, but it is fun to share the experience with your loved ones.
Yes. And I forgot to show you this. I got a piece Lego at the corner.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's adorable.
It is.
My son is also into Legos, so
so am I. So am I. Like I have most of the Legos like on my desk right here.
Yeah. Oh, I have a. Somebody gave me a Lego Bowser, so this is the little hard rubber one, but I can't bear to bring it apart because I don't know what'll happen. But yeah, those were, that was another fun thing with my son. We just had 2 buckets or maybe 3 buckets full of Legos. You pour them on the floor and just start building stuff.
Yeah, because like, have you ever heard of Ninjago?
No. Ninjago? That's great. Ninjago.
So it's a TV show.
Okay. Oh, okay. I will have to look it up.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Okay. Have you assembled it yet?
Yes. Here is the one just showed you, the Lego car.
Nice. That's great. It is. Now, is it something where it will move on its own?
No, it can't move on its own. You have to move like with your hand.
Yeah. Well, that's half the fun there too.
And I got this cool Lego dragon that I made.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And that's now. Do you just start digging in, piecing them together, or do you
Yeah. Like when you open the Lego box, you have to find the pieces like to build them.
Nice, yeah. Those are great. How many Lego sets do you think you have in your possession?
I have 4 right now. Because Legos are expensive. They are expensive.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, let's play with your money.
And I got this cool robot Lego.
That's amazing. Those are awesome. Yeah, I can do this. I can imitate a Lego, just holding here's my hand. I grew up with Legos too. I mean, this was basically when they were just bricks, and to make a car, they had wheel. They had wheel and stuff. So, those are. It's amazing. Lego. I wish we had a sponsorship.
Oh,
I got to show you. I got your arch nemesis right here.
Mario! How dare you disturb my time with Brooke?
Yes. I can hear Charles' voice right now.
Yes.
No, they're a lot of fun. The joy that they bring and still do is just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we just had Mario's 40th anniversary recently.
Whoa! Wow! Yes, I'm trying to think. Yeah, and it started with Donkey Kong, right? Or
yeah, started with Donkey Kong, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play those games on an actual console that you would find in a bar, which is a weird place to have. I forget where they were, but they were next to the Pac-Man games. But there would be the arcade game, the arcade version of it, where you would actually go to an arcade and play it and stuff like that. So
I grew up playing Pac-Man too. So because Pac-Man was around. Yeah.
Yes.
He still lives around.
Okay, good. I'm still trying to recall the name of the flying dragon. You would know it. It'll come to me after we sign off. I'm sure it'll go. Oh yeah.
I'm still thinking about it. It's still in my head. I'm still thinking about it.
It's the little. He flies. It's not Pikachu, but it's. Oh man, I'm sorry for derailing things
Is it a
here.
Pokemon you're talking about?
No, it's not a Pokemon. It's a little flying dragon that does stuff. A little purple.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and this is exactly the same. Maybe this is it.
Hmm.
Your puppets
Hmm.
can do puppies.
Yes.
I don't know.
Mhm. So my next question is is what is your other favorite Nintendo series that you like?
Ah,
Mario.
well, again, other than the Sunshine Mario games, there's Mario Kart. Those are fun.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm in some of those
Mhm.
as Bowser.
Double Dash. I played Double Dash growing up.
Yes.
That's my favorite Mario Kart of all time.
Yeah. I haven't. Forgive me. I'm probably too old to be to play them. I have to see them on YouTube, and then I was like, oh, I wish I could do those. But yeah,
Mhm.
but it's hands down Super Mario Sunshine.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes.
Super
Yes.
Mario game.
And I also did love the Mario and Luigi GBA games also.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good.
Superstar Saga. That's my favorite one.
Are they coming out with more? Are they doing? Oh, I did like the Splatoon. The Splatoon. Now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you saw the marketing for that, but where they had where they were announcing that Splatoon was coming out. But I did get to do the voice of the scientist of the. Oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh,
he's
cool. I did not know that.
yeah. And the way I got around that was because it wasn't the game; it was for their marketing. So I was able to uh, voice that, which was great. But yeah, so the Splatoon series, the marketing, the trailer for that, where he talks about all the um, the features and all that. Uh, I did get to make a reemergence with Nintendo on that, so that's fun. So Splatoon would be my second favorite.
Hmm. Hmm. What's your favorite funny moment in Mario Sunshine? Because my favorite funny moment is about to do your call Princess Peach's mom. It's called her
Oh,
Mama Peach.
yeah, yes, where it's revealed that no, what's that scene that you're talking about?
Um, um, it's when they kidnap Peach and Bowser Jr. tells Princess Peach that that she's his mom, Mama Peach. He's called her Mama.
Okay, and I know that yeah, the end where
Hmm.
he's telling Junior that I've got something I need to talk to you about.
Hmm.
I know. It's
Not really
people.
my mama.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna find that Mario, and I, Dolores. Mario Junior's voice is so adorable. But
Yeah.
I think actually the fun for me was falling through the clouds. Is
Hey, me too. And Peach and Peach is using her umbrella to help her, and she's not helping Mario at all.
But yeah, and interesting technical note on that too is like with doing these voices, they said, okay, so Bowser is falling, but we have to have it in 3.5 seconds. So it's okay. Now nowadays, I mean, then too, you could pitch it up, but and speed it up, but they wanted it exactly as certain. It had to fit it out there. So there was a numerous amounts of him falling that they had to, and okay, we got it at 3.5 seconds. So that's what it was. But to watch it, it's more fun because it does feel like he's going off the screen and stuff. So I think that's probably with the other addition of him getting the trophy and raising it high over his head and thumping his chest and doing all that kind of stuff. That would be my fave.
Hmm. That's cool. That's cool. So what's your favorite Mario sports game?
Well, would Mario Kart be that, or is the
Um, like the Mario baseball or like Strikers, Mario Strikers. What's your favorite Mario
uh,
sports game?
I'll say, does the Mario Kart?
Yes.
Golf-
Yes,
I'll
for
go
golf
with the-
now.
I'll go with the golf on that one. Here's another little side note. Maybe you didn't know about Mario Golf. My daughter Haley, when she was, I don't know, she was 14. She's older than that, 15. She played. Got to they were looking for a young female voice, and I said, I've got a kid who can do that. So she played Plum.
Oh.
So she's Plum. And is there Scarlet? Is there
Yeah,
Scarlet?
I think so.
Yeah, so she played Plum and Scarlet, and she's E. It's got to do that. So I did get to pull some strings there, and she did fantastic. And I always hoped that she would continue on with doing voice work, but
she didn't want to.
really, yeah, she had her interests were dogs and animals and art. She's a wonderful artist. But she's so she's credited on doing those games, but she could do an incredible Britney Spears at the time. And did the Britney Spears voice and stuff. So I had a part of my, in between this time I had my own little production company where I would do produce bits for morning shows around the country. So I kind of took what I did on the air for myself, and I farmed it out. And my kids were great for it. When I needed a kid voice for some little skit, I would drag them into my home basement studio and put them in front of it. And they both did great. Austin was still kind of a toddler at the time when I was doing that. So, but anyway, it's a fun job, and it's unfortunately, I mean, it's not. It'd be great if it could be a steady job. It's an acting job, so you're not gonna. It's not unless you have a series going or something like that. But has been and continues to be the one solid base that's just provides so much joy and comfort. I should say comfort and joy.
So my next question is do you like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic the Hedgehog was another one my son played. Yes, I love Sonic because he moves so fast. I'm still trying to remember the flying dinosaur one. I'll get it. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, you bet. Another favorite.
Me too. I grew up with both Mario and Sonic, so they're part of my childhood.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can before we go. I'm going to now. You can't see my screen. I don't think.
Okay, you can look it up. I don't mind.
What kid game featured flying purple? I think it was purple dinosaur. Okay, and it was. Let's see here. Was it Barney's hide and seek game? No. Was it Terra Dragon? Oh, for crying out loud! Maybe it wasn't a dinosaur, a flying dragon. Maybe. Oh, I bet you it was a dragon. Dragon Ball Z was another game my son.
Yes. I watched Dragon Ball Z growing up.
Spyro. It was Spyro.
Oh, yes. I never played Spyro before.
Okay, yeah. So it's Spyro, the popular platform video game series that first appeared in 1998. Okay, so there you go. He must have been around 8 years old at that time. So yeah, this is horn charges and gliding. There we go. Thank you for indulging me as I look for that. Yeah, so it's Spyro. Whew, now I know.
I could have told you that.
Okay, you settled it.
Look.
Let's have.
Hey, Bowser! It's you! What are you doing? Oh, it's the plushie!
Who are you? I'm a plush version of you.
I weigh about 1,500 pounds.
We could do this all day.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, but can your plushie do this when you press his toes?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't do that.
No. Well, you've saved yourself $70 as a result. $69.99 available at Costco's everywhere.
So, did you ever watch like any of the Mario cartoons? Have heard of Mario cartoons growing?
No, I'm sorry. No. When were those
Oh,
airing?
Um, 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 they aired in like the late 80s and 90s.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was pretty active in working in radio in the 80s and 90s and stuff, and I worked the morning show, so which meant I'd have to go to bed early, so I could get up at 4 a.m. and go entertain and do bits. But once you're up, you're ready to go, you know. So I wasn't watching a lot of cartoons back then, but I would have loved to. My cartoon era goes back to the 60s, the Flintstones and the Gorillas and all that kind of stuff. Pardon me?
Scooby-Doo also.
Scooby-Doo. I kind of thresholded the Scooby-Doo. Those were in the 70s, and I wasn't that much into the Scooby-Doos. I'm very familiar with them, and of course, you know, one of the all-time radio greats, Casey Kasem,
Yes.
counting him down.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, as Scoob. So
Yes.
yeah.
I miss Casey.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, there are replays. I mean, I mean, you can go in on YouTube now and find his old American Top 40 countdown shows in their entirety. You know, they pick a year and a date, and so it's still comforting to hear him. Our childhoods love that.
Yeah, cause like in the Scooby-Doo anime movie, when he was talking at Shaggy, he did his radio voice at Shaggy in the scene.
Oh, he did.
Yes,
That's
yes.
awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'll have to watch that. I have a question for you. Have you seen the Super Mario the movie with Jack Black?
Yeah, yes, I have. I loved it. It was well done.
Now, I still have yet to see it in its entirety. I've seen major clips and it looks phenomenal. And
You haven't seen this? Why?
I know. Well, not in its entirety, not from beginning to end. I will. I get
Okay.
asked all the time, you know, how what do you think of Jack Black doing? And I adore Jack Black. I
Me
can't.
too. I love him. I love
No.
Jack Black.
He did it great, you know, and he made it Jax. My wife goes, he probably had to listen to your voice though for reference,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe
Yeah.
he did. Maybe he did. Who knows?
Who knows? I hope so. Yeah.
Maybe
But,
he listened. Maybe he listened to you and Kenny too.
probably, I'm sure, yeah. But he gave it his own Jack Blackie spin on it and stuff. And there's a video of him as they're filming him singing Peaches.
Yes,
Peaches
yes. I love that song.
collapses and stuff like that. So, no, I think he's great. I'm a huge Jack Black fan. So I thought that's brilliant casting. It would have been nice if they, you know, I could have gotten a little cameo, kind of like
Yeah.
Charles Martinet he got to.
Yeah, he got cameos cause like he voiced Mario's dad in the movie.
Yeah, and deservedly so, you know. But it's Hollywood, you know. They're going to go with the A-listers, you know, get all the names that they can in there. Get Chris Pine in there. Chris Pine, is he in there? I don't know.
I think so. I'm not sure. I think
I'm
so.
sure. He played Peach, I think. Yeah, because he's. No, I'm joking about that. I hope I am.
You are joking.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, cause like you better watch more movie because we're coming out with the sequel next year, the Mario Galaxy movie.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna see what I can do to get involved in that. Yeah.
Yes. And Bowser Jr. is gonna be in the sequel.
Oh, okay. Okay. Who's voicing Bowser Jr.? Do you know?
They haven't announced it yet.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be a secret. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you know who else I do know? Samantha Kelly, who voiced.
Yes.
Sorry,
wanna
I
meet
totally.
her. I want to meet her.
Pardon me?
So bad.
She's in Seattle, and yeah, head on up to Seattle after you come from Las Vegas. You'll get your chance there. Yeah, I'm sorry, Samantha, because Jen Taylor was doing Peaches when I was involved with it, but Samantha had been doing it ever since, and she's a wonderful human being and just delightful, and she's still doing the convention circuits as well.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm sorry, I forgot about that until now. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, cause like I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to get her to a con Houston this year so I can meet her. I hope she
Oh,
comes.
that'd be great. Yeah, I'm sure, and she would love to reciprocate that request. I'm sure. So
Yeah,
if she
because
could just.
mhm. Yeah, because she commented on my Princess Peach post on Instagram, on my photo of Princess Peach on Instagram. She commented on it on Instagram.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. No, she's fantastic, and yeah, can't say enough good about her and everybody. So yeah, I'm trying to think who else, other voices in the series.
Um, um, the voice of Daisy.
Who do we know who that is?
Deanna. Is that her name? I think that's her name. The voice of Daisy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know I should keep up on this stuff. I'm so busy playing with my Bowser toys that I never got to watch the cartoon. So this
Yeah, hold
I
on.
make my own.
Let me look her name up.
Okay. Oh, she's left. Now what do we do? Oh, pace back and forth. I don't know what to do. Bowser, would you just settle down? Oh, she's not back. Wait, is she back? Oh, good. Oh, you're back.
Her name is Deanna. I heard of her before. She's
Deanna Mustard.
yeah.
How about that? Okay. I think I have. Yeah, Deanna Mustard. I love that name. That's it's got spice.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
because like a lot of Daisy fans, like they want her to do the cons, but like she has no interest in doing them because cause like Daisy fans like they want her to do the cons, but like I don't think she wants to. So
it's a commitment. I mean, there are some people that I've met on these, and how many of these do you do? It's 15 a year, and I'm going, what? So that's a lot. But I guess if you're able to travel and do all that, I'm just kind of late to the game on getting in on them, but I'm hoping to get more. But yeah, it's they're fun, and it's
they
great to
are fun. They are fun.
put people's faces in, and I do love hearing "You're my childhood."
Mm-hmm,
It frightens me because I'm getting older now, but
mm-hmm.
no, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, there's always the things that people bring that they've made. I mean, some of the people, of course, that coming in their favorite outfits, their costumes, but some people will make art. They'll draw. It's just phenomenal the work that's
Yeah,
out there.
because like when I cosplay Peach at a con, like I have this adorable like kids like running up to me. It was so adorable.
Yes, yes. That's a trip, isn't it? To
Mm-hmm.
you get to feel what it is to be Peach. And I'm so thrilled that you're what is taking you where will you go now with your artistic
Um,
endeavor?
um, I just finished a drawing class recently, and I will be taking another animation class next year cause I'm currently in a school called CG Special right now, and it's a school located in in Australia. So I'm currently
Nice.
so
Oh,
so so, so like it's an online animation school. So
great.
taking it
And
online.
your ultimate goal would be to work for who?
Um, um, I have some studios. I have some studios like written down right now. I still like thinking about it. So,
Nice. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Just keep thinking about it, and it shall happen. You know.
but my main dreams to work, but, but, but I do want to work. But I do want to work at Warner Bros. I do want to work at Warner Bros. In the future. That's my
Nice.
dream goal.
Yeah. I see nothing but success for you in doing that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did cosplay as Peach for Halloween, and I took these real awesome
Oh my
pictures.
gosh.
I got
I love that.
with little Mario.
That's so adorable. That is so adorable.
I took a picture with Donkey Kong too. You can see that.
Your phone must be a gold mine.
Then I took a picture of this with my Mario plushies.
Yes. Oh, cute. Do you bake as well?
I don't bake.
Okay. Well, you would be good on a baking championship, I'm sure, with your artistic talent.
These are the photos I took last year. My Peach cosplay with the cute little kids. Like,
Adorable.
yes. She walked up to me. And gave me a hug.
See, isn't it fun? If you're bringing joy to other people and a cute little kid, and who could ask for anything more?
And then I met the voice of Pauline. Do you know Kate Hitchens?
Nice. Okay. Wow. You got it going on.
And then I took photos with Toadette too.
Okay. Man.
And then here's more kids that I took photos of.
How many? Wow. Look at all of these kids. My goodness. Now, do you work in video too, or do you play with the Instagram, or do it? Because I'm thinking that would make a nice little slideshow put together or something.
Yes. I'm a cosplayer on Instagram.
Oh, great. Good. Well, you've got it going on. Well, Brooke, I have another appointment here in about 20 minutes that I need.
And I want to ask you one last question. What advice would you give to voice actors in the future?
To voice actors, well, get some. My advice would be get some acting lessons, but not necessarily the acting where I am a tree. If you can get into any improvisational class, I don't know if you've had fun. It is fun. I don't know. Well, I do know why it's so successful, because you're creating being in the scene in the moment, and you don't have to memorize any words. That part of acting is just crazy. But I would suggest definitely getting into some form of acting via improv. And my philosophical word of advice, because this is something I wish that I would be able to tell to myself when I was starting out my radio career, is don't give your power away. A lot of people in acting, there's insecurities because I don't think I'm good enough, and you kind of open yourself up to let people walk on you and take advantage of that. And that unfortunately is where, that happened to me in my radio career, where I'll just go along with the program here because everybody says it's right. And in doing so, I diminished my level of expertise, my stature or whatever like that. And I found myself on the cutting room floor and being let go. And if I would have just said, no, you have power, you have worth, you have talent, I was shy about that. Grew up on a farm, so there's that modesty that comes with it, and there's also the fear, that imposter syndrome that comes along with that. It can make you a mess. I need therapy. But basically, don't give away your power. It doesn't mean that you have to be mean and vicious or anything, but know who you are, your strengths, and because there's always going to be somebody who's jealous of you and trying to rip you down and bring you down to their level. Don't let that happen.
Well, thank you so much, Scott, for coming on Chat with Brookecosplaygirl. I have fun talking to you.
It's a pleasure. I'd love to come back, and when you come down to Vegas, do let me know. And
okay, I'll let you know.
All right.
So one last thing. Can we get a pose together real quick?
Yes, absolutely. Do you want this with glasses or without? Oh wait,
it doesn't matter. And we're gonna pose for the camera. Okay, so let me get.
You ready? I'll take the glasses off for this. No, I won't. I'll leave them on.
Okay, so let
me ready?
Get all my plushies together. Okay, so let me just. There we go. Okay, hold on. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
That gave you music. I think I grabbed his tail.
We're gonna do one without our push. Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Wait.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Wait, I'll do it without the thumbs up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you, Brooke. It's a pleasure. I appreciate it so much.
Yes. I hope to see you in Vegas.
I will. You will. And let me know when you post this and send me a link if you could.
Okay, I'll let you know. Bye,
All right.
Scott.
Thank you so much.
Have
All
a
right.
good day.
I will, Brooke. Thank you.